Hello everyone, Alicia here with another lightened up Weight Watcher friendly recipe, and today's recipe is for no-bake caramel apple icebox cake. Now I love the icebox cakes. They're really easy to make, not a lot of ingredients in them typically, but very good. I have several of them on my channel already, but now that we're in fall, I wanted to do another kind of fall inspired one. So that is what this is. Just kind of a new twist on one of my other recipes for icebox cake. But I thought it'd be fun to make, and I thought it'd be fun to take you guys with me. So that is what I'm gonna do. Let me first start off with showing you what you're gonna need to make this. First off, you're gonna need an 8-ounce container fat-free whipped topping. And then in here, I've got my homemade, no sugar added apple pie filling. I'm gonna be using 3 cups of this. I did recently do a video on this. I'll have that linked up above and down below. It's also 0 points per serving. Now the amount that I'm going to be using is going to carry a point, and I wasn't able to enter this into the recipe builder. So if you look at that recipe builder recipe, it's going to show a 1/4 cup of apple pie filling just to reflect the point that this is going to carry. So I did want to point that out. You could also use a no sugar added apple pie filling, like in a can, that is going to carry more points than this, which will increase the overall points because again, this is only going to be a point for what I'm using. Next up, for sweetener in this, I'm going to be using Lakanto Golden, a 1/3 cup of that, but you could use whatever type of no calorie sweetener that you prefer. And here I've got a teaspoon of lemon juice, and then I'm going to be using this 8-ounce container of light cream cheese. I'm also going to be using 2 cups of a fat-free Greek yogurt. This Fage is my favorite. It just works really well in recipes like this, baked goods, everything. It's a great fat-free Greek yogurt if you're looking for one. Then I'm going to be using some of these cinnamon graham crackers. I'm going to be using 9 full sheets of those. For the caramel in this, I'm going to be using this Smucker sundae syrup. I'm going to be using a 1/4 cup of that. Got some salt here. Going to use a 1/4 teaspoon of that, and then I'm gonna use a teaspoon of this apple pie spice. I make my own. I always say that I have a video showing how I do this, and the pumpkin pie spice, I will link that up above and down below if you want to see how to make your own. If you don't have apple pie spice, you don't want to make it, you could also use cinnamon. And then also I'm going to be sprinkling a little bit of that on top once this is done. And then finally, you're going to need a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and that is everything that is in this. So let me get us started. In my stand mixer, I'm going to start off by adding in my 2 cups Greek yogurt, my cream cheese, and you want this at room temperature so that it's going to cream together nicely. And then my 1/3 cup of Lakanto Golden. And now I'm going to just mix this in here probably about 2 or 3 minutes or until it's nice and fluffy and well combined. Got this all creamed together, so now what I'm going to do, and I let that mix for 3 minutes on a medium speed. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in my teaspoon lemon juice, teaspoon apple pie spice, teaspoon vanilla, and 1/4 teaspoon salt. And then I'm going to just mix that again until it's well combined. Got that all mixed in, so now I'm going to go ahead and clean off my paddle here and take my bowl off. Now I'm going to add in my whipped topping and fold that in. Okay, now I'm going to set that aside and grab myself a 9 by 9 inch dish. Got myself a 9 by 9 inch dish here, and I've also got my caramel sauce weighed out, measured out. I'm going to pop this in my microwave for probably 15 to 30 seconds just to get it kind of melted a little bit and easier to pour on. So I'll go do that and then I will be back. Got everything ready to assemble this. I've got my graham crackers, my melted caramel, my apple pie filling. Actually, I'm just using 2 cups. I think I said in the beginning I was going to use 3, but I'm only using 2 cups of that. And then my filling. So I'm going to start by adding a layer of graham crackers to the bottom of my dish. Like that. So I've got 4.5 there. If you're using a slightly different size dish, you can just break these to fit. And now on top of those, I'm going to add roughly half of my caramel. Just going to kind of drizzle this on top. Spread that out a little bit. And then on top of that, I'm gonna take roughly a third of my cream cheese mixture, kind of just dollop this on top. And then kind of spread that out. Now I'm gonna take half of my apple pie filling, I'm gonna dollop that on top of my cream cheese mixture. Followed by another layer of graham crackers. I'll just kind of press those down in there. I'm gonna add my remaining caramel. Just drizzle that on top. And about half of the remaining cream cheese mixture. Spread that out. Remaining apple pie filling. And finally my remaining cream cheese mixture. And spread that. Now I'm going to sprinkle the top of this with a little more apple pie spice. And now this is ready to go in my fridge. I'm going to cover it with plastic wrap and I'm going to let it sit in the fridge probably a good 4 to 6 hours. Overnight is even better. That just allows those graham crackers to soften up nicely and all these flavors to kind of melt together. So I'll be back once this is ready to cut into and I'll show you what it looks like, give you points, all that good stuff. It is the next morning. I just let this sit overnight completely. So here's how we're looking. I will cut out a serving, show you what this looks like inside, and then give you points. And I'll have my hubby try it. I'm still fasting right now, so I'll have to try it later. But we'll have him taste it, and he can tell us what he thinks of it. Okay, I cut a piece of this out. Hopefully you can kind of see what that looks like on the inside. Here's the piece. So I've got this factored in at 9 servings, and it's going to be 7 points per serving. So now I'll have my husband give it a try. All right, this is no bake caramel apple icebox cake, which I've not made this version of icebox cake before, so this is new for you. 7 points. Go ahead and give it a try.
So it's really good. I'm not an apple pie person.
Yeah.
But the apple's really tart, and that counters the topping isn't overly sweet. Mm-hmm. It's more savory, so it really pairs well with the apples.
Oh, you the cream cheese part?
Mm-hmm.
The whipped part? Yeah, he's not a big apple.
I like the pie filling too, because the apples are soft, but they still got a little bit of a crispness to them.
Yeah, I like that apple pie filling.
And some people vary on that. I don't like it to be just mush. You know, the lovely fall
flavors. Yep.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Okay, so you like it even though you're not the biggest apple fan.
Yeah, and that doesn't taste in any way, shape, or form low
point.
Anything.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to give it a taste later. I'll try to remember to add what I think of it. But it looks good. And I like the icebox cakes. The graham crackers got all nice and soft, I assume.
Yeah.
Sitting that long in the fridge. That's probably the biggest reason to let it sit. At least 6 hours, I would say. So that can soften up. All right. What do you think of the points on that, 7?
Because it's apple pie, I wouldn't, that's not worth it to me.
Oh, okay, not to you.
But as far as the quality of the dish, it's very satisfying.
And if you're an apple person?
Yeah, I don't think that's too high. I mean, it's definitely not low.
No.
But if you're looking for a real nice fall treat, something that's real satisfying, I think it's worth the points.
Okay, all right. Okay, guys, that was No Bake Caramel Apple Icebox Cake. As always, be sure to check down in the description box below for the full list of instructions, ingredients, WW Recipe Builder link, calories, macros, all that good stuff is going to be down in the description box, as well as I will have my fall playlist down there too. But thank you as always for watching, and we will see you on the next one.